I'm Dr. Brian Thornburg. If a parent decides to have their child not vaccinated for non-medical reasons and obtains a vaccine exemption, should that child be barred from attending school for fear of transmitting a vaccine-preventable disease to another child? I read that question on a media post from a physician who has a rather large following. He's a very popular individual, and it stopped me. It froze me in my tracks. I know we had the same discussion during COVID. There were some physicians advocating that we shouldn't treat individuals who refused to take the COVID vaccine, acquired COVID, and then went to the emergency department for medical care, that those individuals should not receive medical care because there was a prevention. Well, as we know, that turned upside down because the vaccine had very little to do with preventing transmission. And this is how deep the dogma of vaccine science goes, even in the face of a vaccine, the COVID vaccine, which did not prevent, and the research showed it at the time, did not prevent transmission. We still had physicians holding on to the perspective that we should deny people their civil liberties because of their belief system. And here we're seeing it rehashed again as the vaccine debate becomes more and more center stage in this country. And that's what's concerning me, is that individuals, despite there being a lack of vaccine science showing that the vaccines are safe, long term, what are they doing to our infant child's immune system long term? Why is there an increase of cancer? At the same time, the vaccine manufacturers received product liability immunity. That each vaccine insert under Section 13.1 states that this product has not been tested against carcinogenic potential. So we're not even asking the question, but we're still going to hold on to this science. I trust the science, yet there is no science. This is the emperor's new clothes. And what's disturbing is we're having physicians enter into the public debate whether this is appropriate or not. What's even worse is that an education is a property right. It's in the U.S. Constitution. My medical degree is a property right and cannot be taken from me, just as the government can't take a house or a building or a parcel of land or a car from somebody who owns that property outright. Same thing with an education. It is a constitutional right, yet because people are scared and they don't want to recognize that there really is a lack of vaccine science. And if you just follow the money, you will see that once the manufacturers received immunity from their products, look at all the lawsuits that were happening beforehand. They had to do that. Otherwise, they weren't going to be able to survive. And then they've used our children as experiments for their profits. And it's just terrible now that we're seeing this conversation resurface on social media that children should be denied their constitutional right to an education because somebody's scared. Thanks for watching.